There's a community that prepares for Christmas in ways so unusual and meaningful that it challenges everything we think the holiday is. Here are the 10 traditions the Amish keep hidden from the rest of the world. Outdoor preparation ritual. While modern society limits Christmas prep to tinsel, ornaments, and scented candles, Amish families extend their preparations outdoors, cleaning barns, sheds, coops, and cattle shelters with the same attention they give living rooms. This ritual connects directly to the Nativity, Christ born among animals. So preparation includes mucking stalls, laying fresh bedding, organizing tools, and even whitewashing interior barn walls. Pig pens receive new straw, horse harnesses are repaired, and feed areas are scrubbed so animals receive dignity during the holy season. Neighbors help one another, forming work crews that make enormous tasks manageable and communal. The practice looks bizarre to outsiders because most people no longer raise the food they eat or interact with livestock at all. For the Amish, preparing the spaces that sustain life honors God's creation and reinforces the belief that all living things participate in celebrating Christmas. Cleanliness becomes reverence, not decoration. Christmas cookie production. During the second week of December, Amish homes transform into bustling bakeries producing 500 to 800 cookies without mixers, processors, or convenience shortcuts. Kitchens fill with steam from wood-fired ovens, and recipes, memorized, never written, result in molasses stacks, rolled sugars, buttery shortbread, and ethnic pastries rooted in European ancestry. Mothers orchestrate the workflow. Daughters measure flour with practiced precision. Grandmothers monitor baking temperatures by instinct, and younger girls help with shaping and stacking. Cookies are sorted in large tins and stored in cool pantries, not for indulgence, but for giving. Elderly neighbors, widows, shut-ins, struggling families, visiting guests, and community events. Plates are exchanged thoughtfully, tailored to what each family prefers most. The strangeness isn't the quantity, but the intention. A full week dedicated to handmade cookies, when store-bought options are cheap and immediate. For the Amish, the labor is the celebration, sweetness made meaningful through effort. Secret gift-making. Beginning months before December, Amish families enter a quiet season of hidden craftsmanship, where gift-giving becomes an act of devotion rather than spending. Fathers wait until lanterns dim and children sleep before heading to barns to carve wooden toys, wagons, and puzzles with flawless joinery that can take over 100 hours. Mothers sew faceless dolls and stitch quilts with symbolic patterns. Log cabin for warmth, wedding ring for unity, each square sewn after chores are done. Children are kept away from certain rooms, neighbors discreetly signal when footsteps approach, and the entire community supports the secrecy as though guarding sacred intelligence. These gifts don't crack, flash, or blink. They endure for decades, carrying memories of the hands that shaped them. While the modern world fills digital carts with impulse buys, the Amish measure value through time invested, effort offered, and relationships strengthened. Their Christmas begins with creation, not consumption. The decoration contrast driving through Amish communities in December reveals stark contrast. English homes glow with lights, inflatable snowmen, glowing rooftops, and synchronized displays, while Amish houses appear unchanged from midsummer. No wreaths, no exterior candles, no visible celebration. Only on Christmas Eve might a single candle appear in one window, symbolizing Christ as the light entering darkness. Indoors, decoration means deep cleaning, order, simplicity, and calm, replacing clutter and spectacle. Children raised without Christmas trees experience the holiday through service, scripture, relationships, and anticipation, rather than presents under branches. The absence of decor isn't lack of celebration. It is a deliberate avoidance of pride, competition, and vanity. The Amish celebrate inwardly, not outwardly, believing joy shouldn't require performance. Their simplicity challenges a culture where Christmas has become a visual contest. For them, the heart is decorated, not the house. Silent visiting rounds. Throughout December, Amish families quietly visit every elderly, sick, widowed, or struggling household in their district, bringing food, bread, preserved vegetables, split firewood, shoveled walkways, repaired fences, and companionship. What makes this tradition unique is the silence. Visits often include long stretches of peaceful quiet, where presence carries more meaning than conversation. Children participate alongside adults, learning through example that Christmas is a season of serving rather than receiving. Homes are cleaned for those who cannot manage, pantries are filled, Wood piles are stacked for winter, and chores are completed without fanfare or recognition. This is not charity, not volunteerism, not a program, just Christmas lived as obligation and joy. Modern culture outsources care to agencies, fundraising drives, and digital donations. The Amish lift burdens with their own hands. Service becomes the gift, and dignity remains intact. Butchering before Christmas. 10 to 14 days before Christmas, Amish families butcher animals chosen months in advance to provide meat for the holiday feast. The schedule allows the meat to age for tenderness and flavor, and the work becomes a community event with multiple families arriving to help. Men handle slaughter and primary cuts, women cure, grind, and preserve, while children assist according to age, carrying tools, packaging scraps, or helping churn sausage meat. Prayers of gratitude accompany the process, acknowledging the life taken and the sustenance provided. Nothing is wasted. Prime cuts become roast, lesser cuts become bacon or ham, and scraps are transformed into scrapple and sausage. Children learn that meat is not anonymous or plastic wrapped. It comes from responsibility, stewardship, and care. By the time Christmas arrives, the feast represents authenticity, food raised, tended, processed, and shared by the family that will eat it. Charity Sewing Circle. Throughout December, Amish women gather in rotating homes to sew clothing and quilts for those facing hardship, often non-Amish recipients who never learn who made the items. In a single evening, dozens of garments, dresses, shirts, infant clothes are produced, along with quilts stitched to heirloom quality. Materials come from fabric saved throughout the year, and girls learn by helping with simple seams. Every item must meet a standard. The maker should be willing to wear it herself. Recipients include fire victims, single mothers, families in financial trouble, and elderly neighbors who awake to unexpected warmth delivered anonymously. No signatures, no labels, no thank you notes expected. This reflects a biblical principle. The left hand should not know what the right hand does. The impact is twofold. Those struggling receive dignity and warmth, and the givers experience Christmas through sacrifice, not consumption. Story memorization requirement. While most modern children absorb digital entertainment, Amish children spend December evenings memorizing long scripture passages to recite flawlessly on Christmas Eve before extended family. Young children memorize short verses from Luke, while older children memorize entire chapters, genealogies, and prophecies from Isaiah and Matthew. Parents sit with them nightly, reading aloud, correcting errors, and encouraging perseverance. No books are held during recitation. No prompts are given. Every word must be internalized. The practice develops discipline, patience, confidence, and public speaking skills while reinforcing spiritual identity. These passages stay with them for life, becoming internal guidance during hardship, decision-making, and adulthood. Christmas becomes a season of learning, not distraction, where faith is spoken aloud and carried inward without dependence on technology, screens, or reminders. It is memory as devotion. Fasting before feasting. From December 20th to 23rd, Amish households practice deliberate simplicity, plain soups, porridge, bread, and water, while trays of Christmas cookies sit untouched in storage. This discipline prepares the body and spirit for celebration by creating hunger that mirrors spiritual longing for God. Children participate according to age, learning self-control, patience, and the meaning of anticipation. The entire community fasts together, offering support and accountability. When Christmas Day arrives, the feast tastes extraordinary because it follows restraint rather than indulgence. This stands in sharp contrast to modern December, which is filled with parties, overeating, treats, and sugar. For the Amish, fasting slows the month, restores perspective, and transforms Christmas dinner into a moment of gratitude rather than excess. The Amish contrast with modern Christmas. While mainstream Christmas revolves around deals, decorations, advertising, parties, gadgets, delivery trucks, and consumer excitement, Amish Christmas centers on secrecy, craftsmanship, scripture, fasting, service, humility, and community. Their traditions challenge the assumption that celebration requires spending or spectacle. Christmas becomes quieter, slower, more connected, and more meaningful, not through nostalgia, but through intention. Instead of shopping, they make. Instead of decorating, they prepare. Instead of demanding, they give. Instead of entertainment, they memorize. Instead of indulgence, they fast. Their way invites reflection on what Christmas used to be and what it could be again. So now that you've seen strangely odd things the Amish do before Christmas, quietly, purposefully and with traditions rooted in faith and community. It's impossible not to wonder what our own holidays might look like if we focused less on buying and more on meaning. Which of these traditions surprised you the most? And which one do you think the rest of the world has forgotten? Tell me in the comments, because your perspective might inspire someone else. If you enjoyed discovering these lesser-known Amish customs, make sure to subscribe for more videos that explore simple living, forgotten traditions, and the hidden ways past generations celebrated life. And if you want this video to reach more people who are curious about a different kind of Christmas, go ahead and give it a like. YouTube will show it to more viewers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.